Ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like being around lots of people drains you in a way others just don't understand? You're not alone. There's a special group of people who feel this way all the time. We call them chosen ones, people with unique spiritual gifts. Today, we're diving into why these chosen ones often struggle to be around large groups of people. It's not just about being shy or antisocial. It's something much deeper, something tied to their very nature and purpose in this world. Think about it. Have you ever been at a party or in a crowded place and suddenly felt overwhelmed, like you needed to escape? For chosen ones, this feeling is amplified tenfold. It's like they're picking up on things the rest of us can't even sense. Imagine being able to feel everyone's emotions, thoughts, and energy all at once. Sounds exhausting, right? That's just a glimpse into what chosen ones experience every day. But why does this happen? What makes these individuals so different? And more importantly, why can't they just get over it and enjoy being in crowds like everyone else? These are the questions we're going to answer. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new understanding of chosen ones and the unique challenges they face. You might even realize you're one of them. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about this? Well, understanding why chosen ones struggle with crowds is crucial for a few reasons. First, if you're a chosen one yourself, this knowledge can be life-changing. Imagine going through life feeling different, feeling overwhelmed in situations where others seem perfectly fine. It can make you feel like there's something wrong with you, but there isn't. You're not broken or weird. You're gifted, and understanding your gift can help you navigate the world much more easily. For those who aren't chosen ones, this understanding is just as important. Chances are, you know someone who fits this description. It might be a friend who always leaves parties early, or a family member who prefers small gatherings to big events. By understanding what they're going through, you can be more supportive and compassionate. You can help create spaces where they feel comfortable and respected. But it goes even deeper than that. As a society, we often value extroversion and sociability. We push people to get out there and be more social. For chosen ones, this pressure can be harmful. It can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a sense of failure. By understanding that some people are simply wired differently, we can create a more inclusive world. A world where it's okay to need alone time, where sensitivity is seen as a strength rather than a weakness. Moreover, chosen ones often have unique insights and abilities that can benefit everyone. They tend to be empathetic, intuitive, and deeply connected to the world around them. By making space for them to thrive, we all benefit from their gifts. Think about it. How many great thinkers, artists, and spiritual leaders throughout history were known for needing solitude? Many of them might have been chosen ones, and their contributions have shaped our world. Understanding chosen ones isn't just about accommodating a small group of people. It's about recognizing and valuing different ways of experiencing the world. It's about creating a society that appreciates depth, sensitivity, and spiritual awareness. In a world that often feels disconnected and superficial, the insights of chosen ones can be incredibly valuable. Let's break this down. When we talk about chosen ones, we're not talking about some elite group or special club. We're talking about individuals who have a heightened spiritual awareness and sensitivity. These are people who experience the world in a profoundly different way from the average person. But what does that really mean? Imagine your senses are like dials. For most people, these dials are set at a certain level. But for chosen ones, it's like these dials have been turned up to the max. They don't just see the world. They feel it on a deeper level. They pick up on energies, emotions, and subtle cues that others might miss entirely. It's like they're tuned into a frequency that most people can't access. This heightened awareness can manifest in various ways. Some chosen ones might have strong intuitive abilities. They just know things without being told. Others might be empaths, able to feel and absorb the emotions of those around them. Some might have vivid dreams or visions that offer insights into the future or hidden truths. Others might feel a deep, unshakable connection to nature or the spiritual realm. But being a chosen one isn't about having supernatural powers or being better than others. It's about having a different perspective and a unique set of challenges. Chosen ones often feel a sense of purpose or mission in life, even if they can't always articulate what that mission is. They might feel drawn to helping others, to healing, or to spreading spiritual awareness. It's important to note that being a chosen one isn't always easy. With their heightened sensitivity comes a vulnerability to overstimulation and emotional overload. The very gifts that make them special can also make everyday life challenging. Imagine being able to feel the pain and joy of everyone around you. While it can create deep empathy and understanding, it can also be overwhelming. Chosen ones often struggle with feeling different or misunderstood. From a young age, they might realize that they experience the world differently from their peers. This can lead to a sense of isolation or the feeling that they don't quite fit in. They might find themselves drawn to spiritual or metaphysical topics that their friends and family don't understand or appreciate. Another common trait among chosen ones is a need for solitude and reflection. Because they process so much information and energy, they need time alone to recharge and make sense of their experiences. This need for alone time can sometimes be misinterpreted as aloofness or antisocial behavior, but it's really a crucial part of maintaining their well-being. Chosen ones might also experience what's often called the dark night of the soul. This is a period of deep spiritual crisis and questioning. It can be a difficult and painful time, but it often leads to profound growth and spiritual awakening. It's like an initiation of sorts, testing and refining their spiritual strength. One of the biggest challenges for chosen ones is learning to manage and use their gifts effectively. It's not enough to simply be sensitive or intuitive. Chosen ones need to learn how to set boundaries, protect their energy, and channel their abilities in positive ways. This often involves a lifelong journey of self-discovery and spiritual development. It's also worth noting that being a chosen one doesn't mean someone is perfect or has all the answers. They're still human, with flaws and weaknesses like everyone else. The difference is in how they perceive and interact with the world around them. Their journey is about learning to balance their unique gifts with the demands of everyday life. Some chosen ones might be drawn to specific spiritual practices or traditions. Others might forge their own path, combining elements from different belief systems. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to being a chosen one. Each individual needs to find the practices and beliefs that resonate with their own inner truth. Chosen ones often feel a deep connection to something greater than themselves. This might be expressed as a connection to the divine, to the universe, or to all of humanity. This sense of connection can be a source of great strength and comfort, but it can also create a sense of responsibility. Many chosen ones feel called to make a positive difference in the world, even if they're not sure how to go about it. It's important to understand that being a chosen one isn't about being special or superior. It's about having a different set of tools and perspectives to navigate life. In many ways, chosen ones are here to help bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. They remind us of the deeper, unseen aspects of existence that we often overlook in our busy daily lives. Recognizing if you're a chosen one or if someone in your life is a chosen one can be a powerful step towards greater understanding and compassion. It can help explain behaviors or feelings that might have seemed odd or unexplainable before. For chosen ones, this recognition can be the first step towards embracing their gifts and finding ways to use them positively in the world. As we delve deeper into why chosen ones struggle with crowds, keep in mind this complex picture of who they are. Their sensitivity to energy, their deep empathy, their need for solitude. All of these factors play a role in why being around lots of people can be so challenging for them. But with this challenge also comes great potential for insight, healing, and spiritual growth. For chosen ones, energy sensitivity isn't just a concept. It's a daily reality that shapes their entire experience of the world. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling overwhelmed by invisible waves of emotion, thought, and energy. That's what life is like for these spiritually gifted individuals. Their ability to sense energy goes far beyond just reading the room. It's an intense, often involuntary experience that can be both a blessing and a curse. When a chosen one enters a crowded space, it's like they're suddenly bombarded by a cacophony of energetic noise. Each person in that crowd is unknowingly broadcasting their emotions, thoughts, and energy. For most people, this goes unnoticed. But for a chosen one, it's impossible to ignore. They might pick up on the anxiety of a stranger across the room, the excitement of a group celebrating, or the tension between two people having an argument. All of these energies mix and mingle, creating a complex tapestry that the chosen one can't help but feel and interpret. This sensitivity isn't limited to just emotions. Chosen ones might also pick up on physical sensations, thought patterns, or even glimpses of people's past experiences or future potential. It's like having access to a whole layer of information that others can't perceive. While this can provide incredible insights, it can also be incredibly overwhelming, especially in large groups where there's simply too much information to process. The challenge for chosen ones isn't just in receiving all this energy, it's in managing it. Many chosen ones struggle with differentiating between their own emotions and those they're picking up from others. This can lead to mood swings, confusion, and emotional exhaustion. They might leave a crowded event feeling drained, anxious, or upset without understanding why. It's not uncommon for chosen ones to need significant time alone after social interactions to process and release the energies they've absorbed. This energy sensitivity can also manifest physically. Chosen ones might experience headaches, nausea, or fatigue when exposed to intense or negative energies. They might find themselves inexplicably drawn to some people and repelled by others based on the energy they're emitting. This can make social situations particularly challenging as the chosen one navigates not just social cues, but an entire unseen landscape of energy. For many chosen ones, learning to manage this sensitivity is a lifelong journey. They need to develop techniques to shield themselves from overwhelming energies, to cleanse their own energy field, and to ground themselves in their own truth. This might involve practices like meditation, energy healing, or simply spending time in nature. Without these coping mechanisms, chosen ones can easily become overwhelmed and burn out. Just as a phone needs to be recharged after heavy use, chosen ones need quiet time to recharge their spiritual and emotional batteries. This need goes beyond the typical introvert's desire for alone time. It's a crucial aspect of maintaining their well-being and spiritual balance. For chosen ones, quiet time isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. When we talk about quiet for chosen ones, we're not just referring to physical silence, although that can be important too. We're talking about energetic quiet, a space free from the constant input of other people's energies and emotions. This might mean spending time alone in nature, meditating in a quiet room, or even just taking a solitary walk. The key is creating a space where the chosen one can fully disconnect from external energies and reconnect with their own inner truth. During these quiet times, chosen ones are able to process the information and energies they've absorbed. It's like defragmenting a computer. They're sorting through all the input they've received, making sense of it, and releasing what doesn't serve them. This process is crucial for maintaining their mental and emotional health. Without it, chosen ones can quickly become overwhelmed, leading to anxiety, depression, or even physical illness. Quiet time also allows chosen ones to tap into their own intuition and spiritual guidance. When they're constantly bombarded by external energies, it can be difficult to hear their own inner voice. These periods of solitude provide the space they need to receive insights, connect with their higher self, or engage in spiritual practices that fuel their soul. It's important to understand that this need for quiet doesn't mean chosen ones are antisocial or don't enjoy the company of others. Many chosen ones deeply value their relationships and can be incredibly warm and engaging when they're with people. The difference is that they need to balance these social interactions with periods of solitude to maintain their energy and well-being. For chosen ones, learning to prioritize this quiet time can be a challenge, especially in a world that often values constant connectivity and social interaction. They might feel guilty for needing alone time or worry about disappointing others. However, recognizing and honoring this need is crucial for their ability to function and thrive in the world. One of the biggest challenges chosen ones face is the misunderstanding from those around them. In a society that often values extroversion and constant social interaction, the chosen one's need for solitude and their sensitivity to energy can be misinterpreted in many ways. This can lead to social stigma and feelings of isolation that compound the challenges they already face. Many people simply don't understand why someone would need so much alone time, or why they might struggle in crowded environments. Friends and family members might label the chosen one as antisocial, overly sensitive, or even selfish for prioritizing their need for quiet and space. They might not understand why the chosen one leaves parties early, declines invitations to large gatherings, or needs time to recover after social events. This misunderstanding can be particularly painful for chosen ones who deeply care about their relationships and want to connect with others. They might find themselves torn between honoring their own needs and meeting the expectations of those around them. This can lead to feelings of guilt, anxiety, and self-doubt. Chosen ones might start to question whether there's something wrong with them or if they're somehow failing at being normal. In professional settings, this misunderstanding can have serious consequences. Chosen ones might be passed over for promotions or social opportunities because they're perceived as not being team players or not networking enough. Their need for quiet time might be seen as a lack of dedication or enthusiasm for their work. Even in spiritual or New Age communities, where one might expect more understanding, chosen ones can face misunderstanding. Their sensitivities might be dismissed as not being grounded enough, or they might be told they need to toughen up or raise their vibration to deal with crowds. While well-intentioned, this advice fails to recognize the fundamental nature of the chosen one's experience. This constant misunderstanding can lead chosen ones to try to force themselves to fit in, often at great cost to their well-being. They might push themselves to attend every social event, to always be on, or to ignore their need for quiet and solitude. This can lead to burnout, anxiety, depression, and a disconnection from their spiritual gifts. The challenge for chosen ones is to find a balance between honoring their own needs and navigating a world that doesn't always understand them. This often involves learning to communicate their needs clearly and unapologetically, setting boundaries, and finding ways to educate those around them about their experiences. It's also about finding their tribe, connecting with other sensitives or chosen ones who understand their experiences. In these relationships, chosen ones can find validation, support, and the freedom to be themselves without explanation or apology. These connections can be incredibly healing and empowering for chosen ones who have often felt misunderstood or alone. Ultimately, the misunderstanding from others highlights the need for greater awareness and acceptance of different ways of being in the world. As more chosen ones speak up about their experiences and needs, there's hope for a shift in understanding. This shift can create a world where sensitivity is valued, where the need for solitude is respected, and where chosen ones can fully embrace and share their gifts without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. For chosen ones, their sensitivity and unique perception of the world often come with a sense of purpose or mission. This isn't just about personal growth or self-improvement. It's about a deeper calling to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. This spiritual work is a core aspect of their identity and purpose, but it's often invisible to those around them. The nature of this spiritual work can vary widely among chosen ones. Some might feel called to heal others, using their sensitivity to identify and address emotional or energetic imbalances. Others might be drawn to teaching or sharing spiritual wisdom, helping others awaken to their own inner truths. Some chosen ones might express their spiritual work through creative pursuits, channeling higher wisdom into art, music, or writing. Regardless of the form it takes, this spiritual work requires a great deal of focus, energy, and inner stillness. It's not something that can be easily done in the midst of a crowd or while juggling multiple social obligations. This is another reason why chosen ones often need significant alone time. They're not just recharging, they're actively engaging in important spiritual work. This work often involves deep inner exploration, meditation, or other spiritual practices. Chosen ones might spend hours in contemplation, working to unravel cosmic mysteries or gain insights that can benefit humanity. They might engage in energy work, sending healing vibrations to the world or working to balance the planet's energy grid. While these activities might seem abstract or even fanciful to some, for chosen ones, they're as real and important as any tangible task. The challenge for chosen ones is that this spiritual work is often misunderstood or undervalued by society at large. It doesn't fit neatly into conventional ideas of productivity or success. A chosen one might spend an entire day in meditation, receiving profound insights or doing important energetic work, only to be asked, "So what did you do today?" This lack of understanding can lead to feelings of frustration or isolation. Moreover, the intensity of this spiritual work can make it difficult for chosen ones to engage in more mundane activities. They might struggle with the idea of spending time on tasks that feel less meaningful or aligned with their purpose. This can create challenges in maintaining a balance between their spiritual work and the practical demands of everyday life. For chosen ones, one of the greatest challenges is finding a way to balance their unique needs and spiritual work with the demands of living in the everyday world. It's like they're constantly walking a tightrope between two realities: the unseen spiritual realm they're so attuned to, and the physical world with its social expectations and practical requirements. This balancing act requires a great deal of self-awareness and intentional living. Chosen ones need to learn to honor their sensitivity and spiritual needs while also finding ways to engage with the world around them. This might mean carefully structuring their time to include both social interactions and solitary periods. It could involve choosing work that aligns with their spiritual purpose or finding ways to infuse their spiritual insights into more conventional career paths. One key aspect of finding balance is learning to set clear boundaries. Chosen ones need to become comfortable with saying no to events or activities that drain their energy or interfere with their spiritual work. At the same time, they need to consciously make efforts to connect with others and participate in the world, even when it feels challenging. Another important part of balance is finding or creating environments that support their sensitivity. This might mean carefully choosing where they live, work, or spend their time. Many chosen ones find that they thrive in natural settings or in spaces that have been energetically cleansed and protected. They might need to be selective about the people they spend time with, gravitating towards those who understand and respect their needs. Chosen ones often need to develop a toolkit of practices and techniques to help them maintain balance. This might include regular meditation, energy clearing exercises, or grounding techniques. They might use crystals, essential oils, or other tools to help manage their energy. Learning to quickly center themselves or create energetic shields can be crucial for navigating more challenging environments. It's also important for chosen ones to find ways to translate their spiritual insights and experiences into language that others can understand. This can help bridge the gap between their inner world and the outer world, allowing them to share their gifts more effectively. It can also help reduce feelings of isolation and misunderstanding. For those who recognize themselves as chosen ones, here are some practical tips for navigating the challenges of being a sensitive soul in a bustling world. Prioritize self-care. Make your spiritual and energetic well-being a non-negotiable part of your routine. This might include daily meditation, energy-clearing exercises, or time spent in nature. Create sacred space. Designate an area in your home as a sanctuary where you can retreat to recharge and do your spiritual work. Keep this space clear of clutter and negative energy. Develop energetic protection techniques. Learn methods like visualizing a protective bubble of light around you or using grounding techniques to help manage your energy in crowded or challenging environments. Practice mindful scheduling. Be intentional about how you structure your time. Balance social activities with plenty of alone time. Don't be afraid to schedule recovery days after particularly draining events. Cultivate understanding relationships. Surround yourself with people who understand and respect your needs. Be open with loved ones about your sensitivity and what you need to thrive. Find your tribe. Connect with other sensitives or chosen ones who can relate to your experiences. This can provide valuable support and validation. Engage in regular energy clearing. Use techniques like smudging, salt baths, or energy healing to clear your aura and living space of accumulated energies. Develop your gifts. Instead of seeing your sensitivity as a burden, view it as a gift to be developed. Explore ways to use your intuition or empathic abilities in positive ways. Set clear boundaries. Learn to say no to activities or relationships that drain you. Be firm but kind in expressing your needs. Seek balance. Find ways to engage with the world that honor your sensitivity. This might mean choosing work that aligns with your values or finding creative ways to contribute your gifts to society. Being a chosen one in a world that often values extroversion and constant connectivity can be challenging. The need for solitude, the overwhelming nature of crowds, and the misunderstanding from others can sometimes make chosen ones feel isolated or out of place. However, it's crucial to remember that these challenges come hand in hand with incredible gifts. The sensitivity that makes crowds difficult is the same sensitivity that allows chosen ones to perceive the world in rich, nuanced ways. Their ability to pick up on subtle energies and emotions can lead to profound insights and deep connections. The need for solitude that sometimes separates them from others is also what allows them to tap into deep wells of creativity and spiritual wisdom. As our world faces increasing challenges, the gifts of chosen ones are more important than ever. Their empathy, intuition, and spiritual connection offer a much-needed counterbalance to the often hectic and disconnected nature of modern life. By honoring their needs and embracing their unique perspectives, chosen ones can play a crucial role in bringing more compassion, awareness, and spiritual depth to our collective experience. For chosen ones, the journey is about learning to navigate both the seen and unseen worlds with grace. It's about finding ways to honor their sensitivity while also engaging meaningfully with the world around them. As they learn to balance these aspects, they can step fully into their power as bridges between the physical and spiritual realms. To those who resonate with the experiences described in this video, know that you are not alone. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It's a profound strength. By embracing your nature as a chosen one, you open yourself to a life of deep meaning, powerful insights, and the ability to make a real difference in the world. And to those who know or love a chosen one, your understanding and support can make all the difference. By respecting their need for solitude and appreciating their unique gifts, you help create a world where sensitivity is valued and where chosen ones can truly thrive. Remember, in a world that often seems chaotic and disconnected, chosen ones remind us of the deeper, unseen connections that bind us all. They invite us to slow down, to listen more deeply, and to reconnect with the spiritual essence of life. In doing so, they don't just transform their own lives, they help elevate the consciousness of the entire world.